All right, Polar Vortex was a huge phrase a couple weeks ago. It might be again, at least we're going to have some weather later this week that's a shock to the system, but hopefully it won't be a shock to your heating system. We got Kerry Tidwell back. He's the general manager at ARS Rescue Rooter. Good to see you again as always.
You as well, Tracy.
A couple weeks ago when we were dealing with below zero temperatures and wind chills, minus 40, whatever, what was the I'm sure your phones were ringing off the hook, but
yes,
what was the most common issue that people were dealing with?
You know, Tracy, we heard a little bit of everything, but you know, anything from clogged filters that would stop the furnaces from running to you know, flames being able to be ignited for the furnace, motors failing. Usually when it gets that cold, these systems continually run, and with that run time, it usually uncovers even the littlest problem with your furnace.
But something like a clogged filter, is that potentially frustrating for you because every time you come on, it's the one thing any homeowner can take care of, and something like that prevents you from going on a call that could be a little bit more serious, a little bit more dire, right?
I wouldn't say it's frustrating because it's business.
Sure.
But it's a very simple thing that a homeowner can do some preventive maintenance on to help keep them out of a situation where their furnace stops working, especially with the temperatures we had a couple weeks ago, to where now they're at the mercy of trying to get a company out there that's servicing everyone else that has the same issues.
Now, of course, you always bring some gorgeous stuff with you. This is the sort of stuff that probably sort of shrugs off the weather we're going to see, no big deal. But I'm guessing the weather we're going to see later this week, much like a few weeks ago, it's going to push some older units to the brink, right?
It will. It will. Just, you know, again, as the older as these things get, you know, the more problems you're going to incur, and probably homeowners, the best thing they could do to help prepare themselves for the weather that's coming is just get their system, their furnace inspected and get a tune-up by a professional heating and cooling company. And this isn't going to guarantee your furnace won't break down, but it's certainly going to dramatically improve your chances of it not.
And the time to uncover a potential situation is before you absolutely need it for survival, right?
Exactly. And most companies offer this as part of the service of, you know, most companies have a VIP club, if you will. We ARS calls it our home service plan. And these folks, we go out twice a year, once for the air conditioner, once for the furnace, and we do a 30-point inspection just again to make sure that it's up to snuff and everything is ready for when we do have these cold temperatures.
Well, and something like that, it's not a service and client relationship. It's a relationship, right? Because I know a lot of people, they wait or they don't do anything. Their furnace stops working, and then they're kind of cold calling, betting one against the other, hoping that somebody can get them on a list. If you know who they are, you've serviced it before, you kind of know the history before you even get out there, right?
Well, and that's the problem a lot of homeowners faced, Tracy, a couple of weeks ago, and probably some of them will face again with this weather coming up. I mean, on a normal day, we take probably 100 to 200 calls. On that Monday and Tuesday after the last storm, we were averaging close to 1,000 calls.
Whoa.
And so what happens in that scenario is that we get to a point, like many other companies out there, where you can't take anymore. You only have enough. You only have so many trucks, so many people. So at that point, you know, a lot of companies are turning folks away, and the homeowner, as you said, that's exactly right. They start cold calling through the yellow pages just to hopefully find someone to come out. When you're with a company and you have a home service plan with them, you get priority service, you'll get moved up, and we get to a point where virtually those are the only folks that we're able to take care of.
Plus, if you're getting that inspection twice a year, getting things maintained and taken care of, it's less likely you're going to have to make that call in the first place, right?
Exactly right. Again, it doesn't guarantee it, but it certainly dramatically helps your chances.
Okay, the filters. We can preach and I can wave the finger for you. Change those filters. Now would be a good opportunity if you haven't done it in quite a while. Is there one extra thing that homeowners themselves can do prior to this cold weather to sort of ensure that things are going to be functioning?
Well, the number one thing they can do and that I would recommend is just make sure that they get a hold of a professional heating and cooling company and have them come out, do a tune-up and an inspection on their furnace. Right now, ARS Rescue Rooter is offering a tune-up special on the furnace for just $55. Oh! If you mentioned that you heard this on IndyStyle,
there you go.
Come
what
out.
About me? Does that count, or does
it? Does.
Okay, I'm not sure if there's an exclusion for the host, but that's a $55. That's a peace of mind that you can't pay for versus even an average service call, right? With the
It's
weather that's
a
coming.
small investment versus being cold.
There you go. All right, make the phone ring now before it's too late later this week with the below zero temperatures. We'll make sure you have your link on IndyStyle.tv. Good stuff as always. Even you, I know this sounds terrible, Andy, change the filters or at least find someone who will look at the filters for you. It's simple stuff.
It is simple stuff, but it's always a good reminder because, frankly, that's the one thing, out of sight, out of mind.
Bingo.
Think about it.